guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. This one might be a little bit shorter because honestly there isn't that many topics to go over in today's video, but there's one big topic that really has some weight to it that I'm pretty excited to discuss here as well. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all things ALGS related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and dive into what is exactly going on in the esports world right now for Apex Legends. So firstly, I tweeted out earlier today that Apex Pro Sweetdreams stated recently on stream that he would actually be using his Pro League spot, so the NRG Pro League spot for ALGS, and not the team that he was set to join. Of course, rumors, if you are just tuning in here over the last couple of weeks, Sweet has rumored to be joining the Stallions, which is comprised of Funk and Slayer, and of course that would mean that he would be moving to the Stallions Pro League spot, which are currently placed in Group C, which is considered like the stacked group. And if this actually is true, like if he's going to be using his Pro League spot like he says he is, then that would mean NAFEN must be the actual substitute on the roster. Therefore, Slayer and Funk would technically be joining NRG's Pro League spot, not necessarily the Stallions, which means that the Stallions Pro League spot would be forfeited. So let's dive into the article specifically. Let's get a little bit more pictures on this as well. So first off, we'll talk about the clip and exactly what he said, so you can kind of get his tone about it and see if you agree with, like, some of the comments that he makes about, even reads one of the comments as well. But basically the seating works like as this. So originally the NRG spot, which we thought was going to be Sweet and NAFEN, and of course they were trialing Jen Burton, they tried Koifel, they tried some other guys. They would technically be, it seems, in Group A, right under TSM. And so basically the seating you get would be a different group, and if they were joining the Stallions, they'd be joining Group C, and obviously they might not want to join that one, considering that it is kind of a little bit more of a stacked group, right? But also it's just one thing to note here that it's not necessarily that, like, it is a big deal, but to some degree, obviously you're gonna have to play all these teams at some point anyways. It's not necessarily the end of the world, and I wouldn't necessarily relate it to like getting the first seed in a tournament bracket and going up against the 16th seed and you should blow them out of the water. It's not like that simple, right? There's more things to go align with it, but it is something to make mention of. You might not want to be playing in that group every single time you play, so they are going to be moving, it seems, to Group A if they do take this spot, as according to plan. Now, of course, a lot of people saw this and they're like, oh my gosh, it seems like if he's going to keep his spot, NAFEN's got to be still around. They might be still playing with NAFEN. Not necessarily the case. They could be, but of course it more so seems like Jayhawk says that NAFEN might just simply be as a substitute so that they can move to Group A. Now here's the actual clip of what Sweet actually said on stream, and like I said, you can kind of listen to this and see if you get the same tone that everybody else did, or even him reading some of the comments. So roll the clip.
Yeah, we're playing with my Pro League spot. Putting rumors to rest. So Nate is at least a sub. Ooh, you're cooking with that. Of course, money. Of course. I just gotta wait to be actually announced to do it. You know what I mean? It's been an eventful off season.
So of course, when he starts to say, like you're cooking with that about the NAFEN idea being a substitute, it does kind of seem like it's going in that direction. I also mentioned here at the bottom, though, a lot of people are not talking about this. Roster lock is set for January the 6th, which means that regardless of what's going on, they do have to have this decision final within the next 3 days. And then of course, because it's getting towards the end, Sweet has said that they're getting ready to make this announcement. They're working on I think they're working on the trailer already, or some kind of like, montage for it. So very interested to see how all that stuff goes. And I know a lot of people, a lot of fans are very much so overdue to have some kind of announcement as to what exactly is going on here. A lot of people are also commenting here on this Reddit thread regarding the way that these roster changes are able to work. And some people were also saying, like, you feel bad for Retzi because he loses his Pro League spot because of that. But someone also noted that, I think Tech is the one that said that, but someone also noted that this theoretically means that Sweet and that Sweet can actually drop Funk and Slayers here if things go south, if they want to make a roster change or whatever. And technically, because they are joining the NRG spot, it gives, not necessarily it's a power trip or that he's going to want to abuse this or that this is why he's doing that. Not saying that at all, but it does kind of set him up in a little bit better of a spot as well, especially if you're a Sweet and NAFEN fan on the backside of this, where in theory, long term, down the road, they do kind of have a little bit more leverage here. And someone was even saying, this is the actual answer. This is something that people are not paying attention to that you probably do want to pick up on. Lastly, want to mention, just as we wrap the video up, yes, we do have scrims coming back tonight. Group A versus B will be playing, so you actually might see the, you know, the fruit coming to fruition, I guess, on this, because group A would be the NRG group and the TSM group. So if they are actually doing this, then you might actually see them play in scrims tonight, which is probably another reason they wanted to get this information out there so that it's not shocking people as to why the Stallions are playing in group A instead of group C. It could be this. So watch for scrims tonight. You might actually get that confirmation. Also, though, I noted that someone in the comments had actually corrected me about the whole challenger circuit stuff. This was exciting stuff for me. That there is actually, I knew that there was a split 1 and split 2, but I didn't know exactly how it worked. I thought challenger circuit 1 and 2 was split 1, and then 3 and 4 were split 2. But this 1 through 4 is just simply split 1, according to the corrections in the comments that people were giving me yesterday, which, by the way, I appreciate. So this is pretty exciting. So that would mean that there, I guess, are 8 challenger circuits, which are super exciting. And so you should get 1 through 4 during split 1, and then I guess 5 through 8 during split 2. That's obviously what a lot of people were correcting me on in yesterday's video. So that's some pretty big and exciting news as well. So interested to see what you guys have to say about today's topics down in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with all things going on inside the ALGS world. Until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.